We start this week and the road to TFCon LA this weekend with some Transformers Cyberworld talk here in our Transformer world. We talked deeply about Transformers Cyberworld on the Transformers Slag Podcast Livestream on Saturday, so if you want to get the whole front and back take of everything that was going on, check the live tab on the channel and check out the latest segment. We talked about everything from New York Toy Fair, Age of the Primes, the collaborations, and of course, everything that Cyberworld had to offer. But we have some new stuff that surfaced on the Monday in the wake of New York's big convention, and we got some early but blurry images of our first look of Transformers Cyberworld Elita-1. So let's jump into it like we always do here on the Transformer Slag podcast and make sense of this. And we got that teaser trailer from Hasbro showing us Transformers Cyberworld, the toy line, as well as some of the media outings that they're planning to do with it. We also got to see some of the control art, battle photos of the toys, everything like that. But it's also where we saw some cameos of some potential stuff. We saw a Transformers Cyberworld Starscream that was clearly somewhere hanging out there in the background, and that's obviously a partial and repaint of the Cyberworld Mirage that we're going to be getting in Wave 1. I said it in the live stream and I'm going to say it here. Does that make Mirage now a Seeker? We will see. Time will tell. But along with it all, we also get some control art from this same trailer of Elita-1 kind of hiding there in the background. Now, she was mentioned in the press release for the YouTube series, and in the closing hours of New York Toy Fair, she was spotted in toy form, hiding in both robot mode and in alt mode in the background there. It looks like it's a Cyber Changer $9.99 price point. She doesn't have a weapon with her, so that would have made her like that $14.99 armor Cyber Changer. So I think she's the core Cyber Changer $9.99 price point, judging by this here. Could be wrong, but that's what it looks like basing on what we know already. Now, Elita-1 has had a lot of different alt modes throughout her 30-plus year history. 35 plus year history. She's been cars, she's been SUVs, she's been motorbikes and Cybertronian cycles, she's been jets. Heck, technically, she's even been a Pretender and even a Spider, So I feel like, they're now pulling from one of those other alt modes that she's had. And now she's going to be a boat, much like she was a boat for that hot second in BotCon. That boat, of course, was a repaint of that Cybertron Thunderblast figure, aka Galaxy Force Chromia. So it's nice to see more boat Transformers. Aaron Archer always said how difficult it is to do boats sometimes for Transformers. And she's really been everything in Transformers in a lot of ways. So it's nice to see the boat form be a choice for her. And funny considering that her original alt mode, was partially hidden for all those years in Transformers. And now it's like she has all the alt modes, So she's a boat now, and I'm down with that, in all honesty. I always like the mixture of flavors and, all the different kinds of control art that they're doing here with Transformers Cyberworld. And it kind of works for her too, because if you look at her control art, she is going up against Skybite, who is now a road shark, but there still is those water and sea elements. So I guess it's like a sea battle kind of thing, ground to sea, but sea to ground. I don't know. But still, it's very interesting that they do that. And speaking of shark-looking bots, with the mention of Skybite here, a lot of fans were very quick to point out how much this Elita-1 tooling has a very similar body shape and design to the IDW Lost Light crew member and character of Riptide, character that was both penned by James Roberts and designed by Alex Milne, an original character that has not gotten a toy up to this point. And when you put that design side by side with Elita, I can agree with the fans there. There is some visual cues that are very similar, like the shoulders, the chest, and the knee detail. And even the alt mode does channel those same vibes. I think the only reason why it ain't Riptide instead of being Elita-1 is because if you look at both Riptide and Skybite, they both have very shark kind of styled looking heads. And if you had them both in the same line together, I mean, if this Elita would have been like Wave 1 or Wave 2, you don't have two very similar vibes next to each other. You know what I mean? Besides, I think we'll get a Riptide at some point. I just think it'll probably be something more in a collector-based line, if anything, our generation's flavor. That's how I would prefer it. Either way, Elita-1 is here, along with Starscream being added to this collection of fresh takes of these classic bots. So, hey man, that's pretty cool. Transformers Cyberworld's line. I'm still hot or cold about the, 5-minute runtime for the, 36 episodes. I get it, as an adult viewer, I understand what's going on here. But I hope at least it leads to some really cool looking figures, and at least I can enjoy that at the end of the day. I always want something unique from Transformers after I've been collecting it for almost 40 years at this point. But yeah, very, very cool. Let me know what you think about Transformers Cyberworld. I figured, we'd open up this discussion here too. Again, if you haven't already, check out the live stream that I posted just last Saturday if you want to get more Cyberworld coverage and everything, because I did cover literally everything there and all the other Transformer talk there. But again, thank you for listening to the Transformer Slag podcast and keeping you educated, entertained, and informed on everything that's going on in our hobby. Again, we're on the road to TFCon, which will be happening Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this weekend. So stay tuned for that too if you're going to be in the area. And as always, thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you in the near future.